Okay, BB40 back with another Halloween update video. And what I'm doing is I saw on the list of the bulletin board, it talks about all the different things that they did with this latest update. And one of the things they said was they added 9 new swords. And I went in here to check them out, so I wanted to see what they were. And it turns out that they added 7 leveling swords, which are swords that you get as you level up in the game. Before it stopped at 175 was a red sword, and now it's they added a level 250, and they added a level 500, level 750, 11,000, a level 1000, a 2500 level, and 5,000 and 10,000 level swords. This one I'm holding right now, this is the level 1000. It's the Dragon Slayer or Dragon Slaying Sword. And it's really cool. I think it looks probably the best out of all of them. So now I'm going to switch over to the level 2500 sword, which is the Energy Sword. And you'll see that here pop up when the wave changes. Yeah, I got it now, which is kind of cool. It works really fast. Very quick swing to it. It probably swings quicker than any of the other swords. A little bit faster than the others. And you can see it, like most swords, it takes a couple swings to take down the smaller zombies, and like 3 or 4 swings or 5 swings to take out the brutes, some of the brutes. And it looks really cool. I'll show you what it looks like up close here in a minute. It's got a pretty cool, like electric charge aspect to it. When you look at it, it's kind of neat. All these swords are really good swords. They're really cool looking swords that they just came up with. So here it is up close. You can see it. Looks like it's got this electric voltage charge on it. It's called the it's called the Energy Sword. And you get this one at level 2500. Now there's Ace. He's running around with that level 10,000 sword, which is right now, compared to all the others I've seen, it's probably the strongest sword next to the Banhammer, the strongest melee weapon. And that black one he's carried on, it's called the Noir Periostron Sai. It's got a long, fancy name to it. So I'm going to go down and I'll just kind of bop around different swords. I'm going to try it out myself. I want to see what that black sword's like myself. I want to try it out. You have to be at level 10,000 now to get this sword. And it is a pretty darn good sword. Like I was saying, it's probably only second to the Banhammer right now, as far as melee weapons. I mean, it sends the brutes, it sends all the zombies flying a good distance. It kills most of the smaller ones with a single swipe. And even kills a normal brute with one swipe. So that brute right there, dead, one swipe. So it's a pretty powerful sword, pretty powerful melee weapon. It's got a nice little sparkle to it like a Banhammer does, only it's black instead of white. And it's taking them out pretty quick. One shot, killing most of these zombies. So those of you who are at level 10,000 or higher, you've got a nice fun new weapon to play with. The others from here obviously get a little bit weaker. I'm going to go through each one and show you what each one looks like and how effective they are at killing the zombies. I'm even going to show the new, I think it's called the Hallows Sword that you get from killing the Pumpkinhead zombies. You have to kill 250 Pumpkinhead zombies to get the Hallows Sword. Well, they call it the Pumpkin Sword. So it's a neat sword. It's almost like you're like waving a banner around, waving a flag, trying to take out these zombies. So anyway, let's check out the next sword here. We're going to look at. So I'm going to try the did the energy already. We did the Dragon Slayer, but I guess I'm going to go back to Dragon Slayer, show it one more time, because it's a neat sword. I didn't really show it in detail yet. But this one you get at level 1000. It just popped up here. It's cool. I mean, well, blue's my favorite color anyway, so I love this sword. I think it's a really great looking sword. Obviously not as strong as some of the others, since it's only level 1000. But it's a big sword. It has a little bit slower swing to it. And all these swords, I think pretty much true of all melee weapons, they give you a 25% increase in XP, in points. You know, they advertise also that this is supposed to be a 2x event, this Halloween event, but it's really not. If you were keeping track and paying attention to the XP that you get from the zombies, it hasn't changed. It's still the same as it was before this update. It's not any different now. And that's because what they've said is that they've left it on, it was on 2 XP. When they came off of the 3 XP event in September that they did, they only brought it down to a 2 XP. So it's weird. It's just the numbers, they never seem to get the numbers straight. You know, for such really smart guys, they sure have a hell of a lot of trouble with basic math. I just would like to see them get it right for once. I mean, they need to just get together, have a little meeting and decide, hey, what is the 1x XP going to be from here on out? You know, set the standard, and then from now on, when they advertise a 2 XP, you know, we should all see, you know, twice as much XP. Or a 3 XP event, we should see 3 times as much XP. But as it is right now, it's the same. It didn't change. Even though they're calling it a 2 XP event, you're not going to get any extra XP than you got a few days ago. So it's not any different. But anyway, now I'm on the, this is the level 5000. It's the Ghost Walker sword, which is pretty cool. It's just a nice, bright, white, smoking sword called the Ghost Walker. And then you get this at level 5000. And still, it's not killing. I mean, I just knocked that normal zombie away, but it did kill that one. It killed the speedy zombie with one swipe. So now we're going to look at the Sun Sword. It's a level 7500. See if they get a couple more guys with this one. That was a silver zombie, didn't kill it. Gold zombie, didn't kill that one, not with one swipe. It's going to take a couple swipes. Yeah, the gold one died with 2 hits. And these Frankensteins, they are these creatures. They take several hits because they're kind of almost like a brute. I mean, if you shoot it with a gun, you get 2,500 points. So they are same. Just about the same XP you get from them as you get from a normal brute. But you also notice what I'm doing here is I have my shift lock on, and I now have the level 750 Sun Sword. But shift lock is something I highly recommend. I've recommended it in all my videos that you use it with any melee weapon, because you can see how it keeps the zombies in front of you. You just keep moving back and forth, side to side, and keep the zombies in front of you. This is very important when using melee weapons, because when the zombies get on your back, that's when they hit you and drain your health. So if you keep them in front of you, keep the sword between you and them, you take less hits, and you'll live a lot longer with your melee weapon. But that's what it looks like, the Sun Sword. It's got a nice little crystalline effect to it. It's pretty cool. And this is the level 750 Sun Sword. So let's see what I pick next. I think I go down the list. I'm going to try the Katana next. Yep, that's the Sun Sword. Now we're going to try the Katana, which basically looks like a samurai sword, but they added some glitter to it. Kind of an odd glitter. It's just these little squares and that come off, as you can see. You just get these little squares coming off the sword. white and blacks, or silver and black squares. And it's not very strong. I mean, it's only a level 500. So I'm having to hit these guys multiple times to kill them. I'm basically just kind of knocking them around. So it took a good 3 shots to kill that gold zombie. And these guys, I guess I knocked them out. They're just laying on the ground. They're just not getting back up. So I've got to just shoot them to get them out of the way. Because what you don't want to do, you don't want to run over a brute that's laying on its back and on the ground somewhere. Because you'll find out when you run over it, it'll hit you. His arms will come up and they'll hit you and drain your health. Even though they're down, they're not out. So careful of that when you're in a game and you see zombie brutes and others laying around on the ground. Don't run over them. I actually got in a run I did one time, just going solo with my banhammer, and I had like a lot of zombies coming after me. I was like wave 150 or something, and I had knocked a couple of brutes down. But there were so many zombies around me, I had no other way to run, so I had to run across them, and I ended up ran across 2 brutes, and they killed me. So take it from me, you don't want to run across them when they're laying on the ground. So now we're going to look at the Starburst, which is the lowest of the new swords. It's a level 250 sword. Just going to show you what it looks like, and it's pretty much the same as the Katana you just saw there. It just kind of knocks the zombies around. It doesn't really kill them very quickly. It'll take several shots even to take out regular zombies. So this is and here's the mummies. Mummy is another new zombie that they added with the Halloween update. You got the mummies, you got the creatures, or the Frankenstein looking dudes, you got the pumpkin heads, and there's a toxic. They changed the toxic from a bright green to what looks like a zombie that just came out of the ground. I mean, it has like mud and dirt all over it. It kind of looks like it's rusting away, like an old green rusty van that's been exposed to the weather too long and it's got rust all over it. So anyway, that's another change. And another change they did. You see now I've got the level 250. And this is this Starburst Sword. I'll zoom in on this one too so you get a good look at it. It's got some neat design pattern to it. Nice colors. Got a little bit of a glitter coming off it. You can see a little bit of like little stars coming off the sword. And I'm going to help Ace out. He's playing with that new pumpkin sword there. He's just playing around with it. So since I really can't do much help with the Starburst, I'm going to build up my hammer. So he's starting to lose his health there. So that because that new pumpkin sword is just really weak. So here's my Starburst. I think this is actually kind of weak too. It just kind of knocks the zombies around. It doesn't really. It takes several shots even to kill a normal zombie. And that's a Starburst. So I've done them all now. I think I've gone through each of the swords. I got to see each one. Didn't quite do them in order, but you did see each one in action and what they actually look like up close. And this is the old blue sword, level 150, and Epic Red is at 175. And the next one, the new one that pops up, is the Starburst at level 250. So I'm going to get down there. I want to show you that pumpkin sword too. It's called the Hallows Sword. It's a pretty cool looking sword, but like I said, it's pretty weak. I tested it out in another video you can check out if you want to see it better. It takes 3 swipes to kill a regular zombie, so it's a pretty weak sword. And all you do is just kind of knock these guys around over and over and over. It's just it looks really cool, but it just doesn't do any damage. Yeah, I'll show you a little close-up of it here. It's a pretty neat looking sword. Very impressive looking, but not at all impressed with how it works. So anyway, I hope you like this little review of the new swords. The other new swords are the Ghostary sword. It's one you have to pay 500 Robux for. And this sword here I got now, this pumpkin sword, is the other new sword. So it's 9 new swords altogether. 7 level swords and these other 2 ones. So anyway, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next one.